So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is a 2014 Honda Accord 2.4S. This is the 9th generation. This is dubbed the CR2 if not mistaken, because this is the 4-cylinder model. I'll be honest, I thought I was reviewing the V6 model, but knowing there are barely 9th gen reviews of this here in the Philippines, I am still happy that I'm gonna review this. This replaced the 8th generation, which they also had the V6 last 2012, and it arrived here in the Philippines around in 2013. I do like the look of this, although the 8th gen is my favorite looking one, but I do like the 9th gen itself. They do look similar, but it's kind of like a facelift only, but there's still new stuff. I'll get to the interior later. And then I do like these headlights. They're actually big, and the casing itself is also big, and this has active cornering lights, so when you turn to a corner, the lights will follow, so it's easier to look out when it's dark. And then you have a fog light here. I'm not sure if this is LED. I'll just correct myself on the screen. Ground clearance is 146 millimeters, and then you have a chrome grille here. As you can see, most of the Accords have chrome grille, so that's why I don't mind the look. Yeah, from the side, it is a long car. I mean, for comparison only, it is a long car. And Honda focused for this generation of Honda Accord, they focused on the fuel economy, ride quality, responsiveness, and the ride comfort with a completely redesigned front suspension. Not sure if you can see, to improve handling and comfort at the same time. This also applies to the V6 model, but I understand why they went for the 4-cylinder CVT model instead, because their previous ownership with the 8th gen V6 was kind of thirsty, but it was alright for them. And then side profile, you have a trim around the doors, even in the window kink here. Kind of similar to a BMW, to be honest, but at least it's a nice touch. Even have chrome door handle. I have no idea what this is for, but it looks good at least. And then here, the rear of the Honda Accord, I was really confused at first because this looks for some reason similar with the 8th generation. And then you have chrome garnish here and there, and then the rear bumper, there's chrome here. At least you have real exhaust. Wait, is there another one? No, just one, but at least the real. Then you have parking sensors here. This competes with the Hyundai Sonata, but I haven't driven it. But I will compare it with the Hyundai Azure just to give it a little bit more challenge. And that's a V6 model, but it kind of competes in the same category anyway. So with that, I'll show you the interior. So this is the interior of the Honda Accord. It already looks premium in here, and then shut the door. Ooh. Okay, that sounds a little bit better than the Azera. Oh, it's so hot. Keyless entry, by the way. Let's start. Oh, I like that start button. Okay, for once, let's start here. This is not touchscreen, by the way. This 8-inch infotainment system. Okay, I think you control it from here. Oh, there's another screen here. Okay, I never knew that. Oh, why there are two? Okay, that's a bit weird. This controls the 8-inch infotainment up here, and then there. Okay, so it's just adjustments, extras. I think it's just an extra screen. I don't know much about this. Sorry. There's no Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for this, by the way. And then here you have your analog speedometer, and then you have a digital display there in the middle, which can be controlled here on the left side, I assume. Oh, this is so confusing. Nope, that does not move at all. This button actually controls the screen here in the middle. What the heck? Here in the door you have, I'm not sure if this is real wood or false wood, but it looks nice. It's a bit plasticky. A lot of squidgy materials here. The plastics only here in the bottom of the door, where your bottle holder and cubby space is on each side of the door. Then a speaker right there. Even around the window switches, there's a wooden-ish style trim here. Even here on the left side of the steering wheel, your conditioning vent, it's wrapped in black, but it's still surrounded by the false wood trim here. It gives a nice aesthetic at least. And then here on the left side, you have one blank button only, your electronic stability control button, your parking sensor button, and an icon button. So I'll try that out later as well. And then another blank button here, don't know why. And then here below the extra screen, you have an analog setup for kind of control. Everything's physical buttons. Okay, so that's easy to use. And then more false wood trim here, and a silver trim here as well around it. Then you have chrome buttons here and there. You have a cubby space for the top, and then here in the bottom, another cubby space, very small only. You can cover it though. And then there is a 12-volt socket here. Secret lighter. Haven't seen that in a while. And then around here you have more of the false wood trim. Your gear lever is kind of hard. Also, this has sport mode. And back to the steering wheel, there are paddle shifters. I cannot wait to try this, by the way. Steering wheel, it's hard, it's girthy. I think it's just a bit smaller than the Hyundai Azera, but there's still the false wood trim here. And then around the dashboard, surprisingly squeegee material here, the plastic above here with the speedometer. And then glove box, it's small but it's wide enough. Back to the center, you have bottle holder. As you can see, it fits perfectly. There are grips around them. You have a manual handbrake, no deja vu here, sorry. And then your central armrest is actually really soft. It's leather. Open up. Okay, that's big enough. And the seats here are lovely. There's very good lumbar support. It holds you tight in place. Even though I'm a skinny person, it holds me tightly. It's a bit hard, but it's still soft enough. And then above here you have your lights, sunglasses holder, and then visor. This has only the driver has a ticket lip for obvious reasons. There's a mirror. Oh, hello, with a vanity light. Nope, they don't extend, but that's alright. At least the material here of the visor is really soft, and then the headlining is also good quality. So with that, I'll show you the back seats. So this is the back of the Honda Accord. Sounds similar like in front. I love the door thud. Same setup, squeegee material here and there. The plastic's only here below with only a cubby space, but there's an ashtray here on each side of the door, by the way. And also on each side of the door you have a sunshade. That's cool. And then sitting here in the back, I have not adjusted this whatsoever. Feet room, leg room, and headroom. I'm 5'4", by the way. Headroom is just enough for me, but the leg and knee room is really impressive. It's so spacious back here. I think it's just as spacious as the Hyundai Azera. And then toys back here. You have seat pockets on either side. They're small, but at least there is. And then you have 2 air conditioning vents also around this false wood trim. And then transmission tunnel is that tall. So if I sit here in the middle, it's in the way a bit, but you can put your feet up. And then headroom now. Okay, just a little bit eaten up, but I still have enough headroom here. Sitting here is also lovely. The seats are really soft. And sitting here in the middle, the back of the seats here in the middle is a bit harder than usual, but I'm still comfortable enough. And speaking of the middle, you have a central armrest here. With the safe or fridge in here. I'll just put it on the screen what it is, no idea. And then you have a false wood trim again for your, I thought these were cup holders. They're not. Oh, no way, you can operate them here in the middle. Yep, no way, you can operate the screen in the middle from here. That's awesome. And then a cubby space here. Bummer there are no cup holders though. I think you can fit a small cup in here only, but it looks like more of a cubby space. So also you have ISOFIX anchor points on each side. And that's pretty much it in here. I'll show you the boot. So this is the boot of the Honda Accord. How do you open this thing? I think it's from the key. Yep, from the key. So open up, you have a whopping 472 liters of space. Okay, that is a lot. That's way better than the Azera, although it's still kinda narrow, the opening, but it's way taller than the Azera itself. As you can see, yes, there's a lot of space in here, and then there's a full-size spare tire underneath. So with that, I'll show you the engine. So this is the engine of the 9th generation Honda Accord. It's a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. This is a dual overhead camshaft, by the way. And this engine is a direct injection earth-dimmed technology for improved power and better emissions and fuel efficiency as well. This car produces 185 horsepower and 245 Newton meters of torque. This is mated to a CVT transmission. I didn't expect that actually. I thought this was mated with the 5-speed auto or 6-speed automatic transmission. But nevertheless, I'm still very excited. And the owner said this is a very fast car indeed. Bummer is in V6, but I don't mind. And I noticed there's a strut brace here. And as I said earlier in the video, they were focused on the front suspension for improved comfort and handling. So with that let's go for a drive. It's decent. So driving the 2014 Honda Accord, on the way here to the test room, it's very smooth. Despite having no turbocharger, yes, this is the advantage of naturally aspirated engines. The power is so linear and so smooth. I wasn't even flooring it. It already reached 60 kph, no problem at all. Also, like the Azera, driving it here in the city, just a little bit intimidating because it's kind of a wide car. But over humps and bumps, despite as I said, the low ground clearance figure, it is alright. And then I can notice immediately against the Azera, I would take this over that because of the handling. This handles just a little bit better. And then let's try a U-turn. I'm not sure if they'll pass. Okay, just made it. Maneuverability around the city, this is actually, it's easy to drive. And look, NVH, I think just a bit better than the Azera. So I am comparing that because that's the only competitor-ish that I have driven. And look, NVH around 30-40 kph, so smooth. And then over hump, this is so comfortable. So I wonder if you drive it in a sporty manner. That I'm in econ mode by the way, so I wonder if you put it in sport mode later, in a bit. Yeah, there's loud motorcycles passing by, and tire noise is not that much as actually, even though these are Michelins. The Michelins on this Honda Accord is actually so good. You barely hear hints of tire noise, but I'll get to a rough patch of road again here in BGC in a bit to test it out. Yes, also the handling, the steering is light, but there's enough weight to it. It's not like in the Azera where it's a bit floaty. And then let's try sport mode with paddle shifter. Oh, that's sport mode. Okay, whoa, it picks up really well. Oh, I'm starting to really fall in love with Honda CT. Speaking of Honda CT, the Honda CVTs are actually really good. They simulate manual mode really well. You can even feel kickdown. Look, I'll shift to first gear. There's somewhat engine braking. Oh, well, this is actually good. I didn't expect. So let's put in D mode, just chill. Even though I'm in D mode. Okay, let's try manual mode, but in D mode only. And I'm still in econ, right? Okay, it's still engine brakes, but it's not too sharp when you put it in sport mode, in the gear lever. But I wanna see what happens when you put off the econ button. Yeah, even though in eco mode, look, it still picks up really well. There's not much hesitation actually. So I'm wondering why you need the econ on in the first place. I'll get to that. And over here, big humps in BGC as usual. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, that's really not bad. I don't have to make 7 as like most of its class, like mid-size. Even the Azera, I had to make 7 just a little bit. And also the engine, despite being a CVT, so I'll test it out a bit as well in high speeds if it's too drony. But flowing that earlier doesn't sound too drony at all. And thank God there's a manual mode. So if you don't want to hear it just screaming at 6,000 RPM, yes, this manual mode is a treat. So let's try econ mode off now, and then sport mode. Okay, just wants to keep on going now. Oh, yeah, I would have enjoyed if this was a V6, but this 4-cylinder model is not so bad. Remember, the eco meter is off, so it does respond a little bit better than when it's on. But I'm not wondering why you can put it in sport mode though. That's a bit of a weird feature of this. And then here in the rough patch of road, you have to get over this big hump first. Okay, let's give it a bit of a challenge, sport mode, but let's go over this a bit fast. That's not bad. Okay, you can feel the suspension's a bit firm, but it's still so comfortable. And tire noise is not that present as well. Good NVH and good tires with this. So okay, let's start sport mode now. was fun actually for an executive mid-size sedan. It's fun. Yes, I would definitely prefer this over the Hyundai Azera. Even though this is a CVT, the handling of this is way better. So much better than that Azera itself. And yes, driving it a bit more now, it's actually surprisingly so easy to drive. Okay, I even forgot this was a wide-ass car. The Azera just felt a bit wider to drive for some reason. Maybe it's the steering wheel, it was so big. That was one of my few complaints only with that car. This one, the steering is just right, and the handling, I'll keep saying it, it's so good. Actually, this will be a fun car to drive if you want to take it to Tagaytay if you want. And yes, going over humps, I keep saying it, it's so comfortable. It soaks up bumps and road imperfections really, really well. And despite, yes, being a CVT, I've floored it plenty of times now. The cabin is still so quiet. Yes, you can hear the engine, but it's not too loud. Let's properly floor it now. Hold on. Okay, that's really well. Shift time of the CVT is actually also impressive. Wow. Yeah, the engine braking actually feels a bit more sharper in sport mode than in D mode, but still good nevertheless. If you want to buy this car is actually for sale, and if you want insurance, you may contact the owner. I will put the contact details and the details of this car, exact car, in the description down below. So I would like to thank the owner so much for allowing me to review his personal 2014 Honda Accord. Before I leave, I've been averaging 5 kilometers per liter. That's still not bad for a big gas car. Floor it one more time. So good. So that concludes my review of the Honda Accord. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews. Bye bye.